Hello my friends, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to whip up some lasagna. The easiest lasagna you will ever make uses the Barilla no-boil lasagna sheets. One of the most difficult parts or time-consuming parts or messy parts of making lasagna is boiling the pasta. You salt your water, you have to boil, then you have to strain, so you have to clean your pot, clean your strainer. This is so easy because you take it right out of the box and you layer it with your entire dish and you bake it and it comes out beautifully. So what I'm going to do is just share my tips, and I'm going to adapt basically the recipe that is on this box. You can just Google Barilla lasagna, Barilla no-boil lasagna. You'll pull up a million different versions. But because I always meal prep ahead and keep in the freezer seasoned ground beef, I'm using 3 pounds of meat. On the box, the recipe calls for a pound of seasoned ground beef. This is 2 pounds of ground chuck with about a pound of hot Italian sausage. I don't fret or try to, Google how to accommodate for extra meat. I just always add a little extra sauce. Sauce is what's going to balance out the meat. Cheese, you can always go less with your cheese, but what you want to make sure, if you add more meat than the recipe calls for, just make sure that you compensate that with extra sauce, which I've done, because I believe the recipe on this calls for 2 24-ounce jarred sauces, whereas I'm using 4. Now, what I'm going to break down, and I'm going to put everything in this dish, what I'm going to break down is how to prep everything. So first we're going to prep the meat. The meat is already ready to go. It's been browned, seasoned, frozen, and thawed. So here we go. So what I like to do, and I may have to open my jars over here. Yeah, I love this handy dandy under the counter jar over here. So what I like to do is add the sauce, or at least some of it, to the meat and mix it all up where there's not just meat that's not covered in sauce in layers. I like my meat to be coated in this sauce. Now I'm gonna add a little water to get every bit of that, but I'll do that in a minute. So what I'm gonna do is get my gloves, because y'all know how I love mixing with my hands. So here we go. One thing I love about having a dish like this is it's perfect for company. We're probably gonna have close to 20 tonight. This will be perfect because it's got the pasta, the meat, the cheese, and I'm gonna add a few things to go with it. So look, I'm just mixing this up so the meat will be coated. You can actually simmer the meat, the cooked meat in the sauce, and then it will even get more infused, but there's no need. You can do it just like this. As long as the meat is fully cooked, you can go ahead and mix it up. See how much better this looks than having that gray plain meat layered into your casserole. So this is so much better. Take the gloves off, just like that. Now, add a little water to these two because I like using every bit of this sauce. So you add the water and it cleans out the jar and you're not wasting any. Yum. We have a pan, and I'm gonna spray the pan with avocado oil, like this, okay? What I like to do is just start with a thin layer of sauce. That way, nothing that could possibly get over brown or burn would be on the bottom. So we're just gonna add a base layer of sauce, just like this, and you can just turn it until it coats. You're gonna add a little more, just like that. So there you have it. When you're using pasta, and I even do this with pasta that I've boiled, the pasta will stay moist and tender if you always make sure that it's coated and cushioned with the sauce. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to lay these pasta sheets directly on this sauce. I'm going to overlap just a little bit. I'm just gonna cut it in half. I love to have the full thing, just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little more sauce just to keep it all coated. I'm gonna grab a spatula just like this, and now we're gonna start. I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm going to mix up my cheese mixture. So this is 3 eggs in here. I've beaten them, and now I'm going to add 2 pounds. Whoa, my goodness. That's okay, but my egg popped into my meat. Won't hurt a thing, but. Okay, so what we've got here is ricotta, and then I'm going to mix in some Parmesan and mozzarella with it. So most of my cheese and most of my meat is already mixed. We are gonna set aside a little cheese, just like we've done a little sauce, because it's always good to have a cheese layer on top if you want it. But I've got some Parmesan, and then you can do plain mozzarella, or you can get mozzarella and provolone. Provolone is excellent in a dish like this. And if you want the best and my favorite cooking for a crowd pasta dish, it's my baked ziti. We'll link to the recipe, but it has layers of provolone and mozzarella. Make sure it is not smoked provolone. You just want regular. But I got some provolone, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix all this together just like this. And this is what I call the wet cheesy layer. It's not gonna sprinkle. You're gonna have to sort of dollop it because it's wet, not dry and crumbly. And you're only gonna have like 1 layer of this. Sometimes you can get 2 if you wanna do a big thick layer. So now, what we have, a little jar of sauce back here, a little extra if we need it. And I'm actually going to finish, I'm gonna put that right there. And I'm gonna mix this again. Y'all, you see how many gloves I go through? I go through so many gloves. So we have the situation here where we've got the first layer of pasta. Then we've got our meat sauce right here. Mix that in. And I'm gonna go ahead, it doesn't matter. I could put the cheese or I could put the meat. I'm gonna put the meat. And probably based on looking at this, I'm gonna have 2 layers of meat and 2 layers of cheese. So there we have it. I really need to get a better system, guys. We've got pasta and we have got meat. Now, I'm going to put another layer of pasta like this. Guys, you really can do what you want to do, but I think this works. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little sauce like this, okay? And now I'm gonna put a little cheese. I'm really just sort of making this up as I go. Don't fret over what goes next, how to layer this. It's just, there's no need to fret, okay? A little more cheese there. Now we're gonna add some more meat. And I'm actually going to just finish this with all this meat. We will eat every bit of it. And now I'm going to put another layer of lasagna. I'm gonna break this. I'm going to finish this. I'm gonna add a little of the sauce just to coat. And then I'm gonna finish with this cheesy layer. Remember, there's provolone and mozzarella baked right in or mixed right in. Don't have to do this, but why not? We're gonna top this with some final cheese. Now let me tell you all, when you do this and you finish like this with cheese, and I may even put a little more Parmesan on top, you must cover it, except you can uncover it the last, say 10-20 minutes of baking. If you don't, your cheese is going to cook too quickly. It'll over brown. It'll get tough. I just found a little more mozzarella. Now I have the hiccups, I'm so sorry. We're gonna end with a little mozzarella. These kids in our small group, they eat like crazy. So we're just gonna pile it on. Okay, we'll try to write down how I ordered everything, how I ordered it, how I layered it. But the bottom line is, as long as your pasta is coated and covered and encased in something moist, sauce, cheese mixture, you are fine. I prefer that the meat is in the middle and that the cheese mixture and and then a layer of cheese is on top. But do not fret. Don't try to stand there and read a recipe and think, wait, layer this, layer that. Just do it like this and you're good. And always try to mix your meat once it's cooked with some or all of your sauce. That way it will look better, and I think it will taste better as well. I hope that this was helpful and informative. If you like my content, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. I love helping share tips to make your family and your life savvier. Until next time, you be blessed and stay savvy.